What is up, sexy people? I am here to review another sex tip video. This one was special. I saw it on my homepage, and it is two people that I have reviewed individually before, which I will put links to down below if you would like to see those videos. But now they're together. They're doing a cool collab. It is the 7 odd bedroom mistakes that whatever lead to bad sex. You know, we're gonna watch this together. I'm gonna dissect it, see if it's any good. You know, the number one sex mistake that I can think of is not subscribing to my channel. So just go ahead and subscribe, and that way you can just get that out of the way and your sex life will improve forever. But we'll see if they have that in their video, which they should if they're giving good advice. Let us see how good their advice is. Are these sex mistakes really odd? Are they ruining sex forever? Let's just see.
Today we're talking about the mistakes that women make in the bedroom that they don't even know they're making.
Alright, this is designed for women, okay? So all my women people out there, this is for you, and I'm gonna help you out too, because I'm gonna tell you if what they're saying is accurate or not. So let's find out.
The first one is the old feminine compliments. Caitlin, I laughed at this one.
Yeah, we hear men all the time, men complaining to me about the words that women use to describe them in bed, like, you're cute, that's adorable. Yeah, men do not like, men would like to be complimented for sure, but they do not want to be complimented using the words that women like to be complimented.
It actually has the reverse effect. I remember my girlfriend used to go, "You're really cute, Mark." I'd be like, "Don't call me cute." I had to throw her against the wall to try and get back my masculinity.
I guess cute beats being like homely. I see their point that men don't want to feel emasculated during sex or before sex or after sex, because you know what you say before sex, during sex, and after sex all have an impact on your sex. So sexual quality is determined by things before sex and after sex. So what you say can translate into those things. So yeah, I guess this is an odd one, and I guess this is a valid mistake that women can make. I personally don't care if I get a cute compliment. It doesn't make me feel any less of a man. But if you don't like that, the best way to solve your issue is to talk to your partner about it and get them to stop. You know, communication is key.
The second one is about too much silence. You had a crazy story on this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of women don't make enough noise, right? Like we have two images, women that are screaming and like faking and making
like
too much noise.
unreal.
Right, and no one wants that either.
No.
But some women are very silent, very much in their head during sex, and they don't actually speak or make any noise at all.
This is a problem for two reasons. If you're in your head the whole time and you are not in the moment, present in the sexual experience, then the sex will not be good for you. And if you are silent, not giving your partner any cues as to what they are doing, if they're doing anything good at all, and you're not dirty talking at all, it is not going to be engaging or stimulating for them either. And this goes both ways. This is a responsibility for men and women to dirty talk, to engage, to communicate during sex. That way, both of you can get out of your head and enjoy the experience for what it is and be present in the moment. That will create sexual experiences that are absolutely life-changing and amazing for you and your partner.
Men need feedback. Like they need to know that what they're doing is working, and like breathing heavy, making little grunts and noises are a great way to let him know like that feels good. And we're not talking here about dirty talk. Like it can be as simple as heavy breathing, making little uhs and oohs and yes. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like, yeah, bang me with your huge penis. I love that. You don't have to say that outright, but give some indication. Don't just lay there silently without changing your breathing pattern or giving any sound at all. If you feel uncomfortable doing this, you need to talk to your partner and get comfortable. You shouldn't be having sex with someone that you don't feel comfortable expressing yourself. I know sex is a very vulnerable experience, which is why it is best done with someone you know and trust, and you can only get to that point if you talk to your partner, find out what they like, and kind of break down these barriers, these vulnerabilities, so that you can truly be present in the experience and just enjoy it for what it is and not be in your head like she was saying. So you have to work on this, and this is accomplished outside of sex. You need to talk to your partner and get to know them better and trust them more, and try as hard as you can to alleviate any insecurities you have, because these are holding you back and they're making your sex life so much worse.
The third one is subtle, and I laughed at this as well because it is so subtle, and the women don't even realize they're doing it. Subtle remarks about timing.
Yeah, some of the snide remarks that I've heard from my clients are like, wow, that got heated quickly, or, ooh, you got excited fast. Ooh. Even if that's the case, you don't have to say it. He's already thinking it, and all it does is damage his confidence to approach you the next time.
Subtle cues about timing. So I guess that is only if the sex is too short and you're saying those things. Yeah, don't be passive aggressive, I guess, is this mistake. And don't be condescending or patronizing about sexual performance. Yeah. I guess that goes for any snide comment you could give your partner. Don't do that. The more you are judgmental or negative around sex, the less that person is going to want to have sex with you, and the less they are going to enjoy it. So if you want to have a good sex life, don't be judgmental, don't be condescending, don't be negative about anything they're doing. Rather, if you want to improve what they're doing, talk to them with open-mindedness, with non-judgmentalness, from the perspective that you want to improve both of your sex lives, and this is how you do it. But be constructive, don't tear people down, and don't be a dick.
Number 4 is giving feedback in the wrong manner. So there's two ways, and the way I think of this is if a woman's saying, don't do that, you're doing it wrong, you're very much like, the message is, you're incompetent,
You failed.
or I'm incompetent. What's a better way to give feedback?
I think it's a positive reinforcement, right? It feels good when I really like it
I
when
love it when
that
you-
felt really good when you did that, right? And like
Yeah.
giving language to exactly what it is that you liked.
Yeah.
And if you do have to give some feedback that's a bit negative and it can't be reframed, starting with a compliment, giving that feedback, and
Good
then
feedback in the
ending
middle.
with another compliment.
That is good advice, because feedback is very important when it comes to sex. You should, with your sexual partner, have an open dialogue where you are expressing yourselves completely and fully and telling your partner what you like or didn't like that much. And the more you can do it with tact and positive reinforcement, like she said, or sandwich criticism between two compliments, the more you can make it feel constructive, positive, not negative, not judgmental, then the better your sex will be, and the more confident your partner will be knowing that they know what you like now, and then they can go and do it. No one likes to feel judged or negative in the realm of sex, like I said in the last tip. So eliminate that, and your sex life will improve, and your relationship will improve in general.
Along the similar lines of too silent is too inactive. Is just no physical movement, kind of the old starfish.
Oh,
It's not about playing dead.
Right.
It's responding, I think, with the
Yes.
sounds and with the actions to
Yes.
your body
Yeah.
and entering the
and being
experience.
in like a flow with him, letting him lead that. But it's like dancing, you know?
Yep, I agree with that too. It's the expressiveness, the communication can be just body language as well. It doesn't need to be all verbal, dirty talking, but you need to give some sort of feedback during the sexual experience. Otherwise, your partner is not going to be engaged. They're going to start thinking, what am I doing? Am I doing this incorrectly? Does she hate it? And then all of those thoughts are just pulling them out of the experience. They're not enjoying the sex as much because they are not in the moment. They're not psychologically stimulated anymore. Their passion is gone because now they're feeling insecure because they have absolutely no feedback and nothing to go off of. So the best is both verbal and nonverbal, but do either at least in the beginning. If you are uncomfortable doing any of them, you have to force yourself to do this if you want to improve your sex life with your partner. That is a necessity, so don't be afraid to express yourself. It is extremely important.
Number 6, too controlling. So too much of the opposite.
Yeah, exactly the opposite. Like really taking that leadership, right? The dancing metaphor is perfect because if you're both struggling to be in control, that's like the more masculine role. And if you're not letting him be the masculine lead,
It kills the polarity, right? It kills the
it makes it
attraction
very
and the
neutral.
bond.
I actually think they're a little bit wrong about this because it is dependent on the couple. And if you communicate that you are a man and that's what you want, and your partner also wants the same thing, then there's nothing wrong with the woman being too controlling. You don't have to fill society's gender roles during sex. It's actually a time where you don't have to fulfill any of society's expectations. That is your time to be free and do what you want, as long as it's consensual and safe. But that is your time to express yourself how you want to express yourself. And if that's something you guys have agreed upon and want, then go for it. It's not going to necessarily be a mistake unless it's something that your partner has said they don't want and you're doing it anyway. Then it would be a mistake. Individual preference is powerful in sex, which is why communication and figuring out what their preference is extremely important. So don't forego that communication, because that is going to be the foundation upon which great sexual experiences are built.
Number 7 is afterplay. We talk a lot about foreplay, but you don't think about afterplay so much. Now, obviously, women, you do hear, well, you want more cuddles, you want more connection in afterplay. What are the subtle mistakes women make in afterplay?
I think assuming that men don't also want attention and care and caressing and touch after sex.
Afterplay is extremely underrated. You don't hear about it that much, but it is so important for relationships, for bonding, for sexual health, and it can help determine better sex down the road. The more you can bond yourself to your partner and really rejoice in an amazing sexual experience, even if it wasn't exactly amazing, but it was good, and you can kind of get that feedback and get that bonding and connection to your partner, the better the sex will be down the road, because you have that connection and you're more able to express yourself when you are with someone you trust and can confide in and know and have fewer insecurities. So afterplay is a really great way to bond together, and it's just awesome. It's also a great time to give feedback. So if you are going to give feedback, that would be a good time to do it, because you've already had sex, so it's not going to be awkward like it might be if you were to talk about sex before you've had it. You've already had sex, so you've already been vulnerable, you've already shown your goods, done your stuff, and so now it shouldn't be awkward to talk about sex. It could still be, depending on who you're with, but that's a good time to also give feedback. Afterplay is great, and don't forget about it. Don't just have sex and then, all right, let's ignore each other, go on our phones and browse social media and forget that ever happened. It would do you so much better in your relationship to spend that time to cuddle, to bond, to really appreciate each other, and yeah, give some positive feedback. Yeah. Alright, so that was the 7 odd sex mistakes you may be making if you're a woman to your man. They did a pretty good job here, because a lot of these things are psychological things. They're about communication and expression and all that kind of stuff, which is far more important in sexual quality than doing a sex mistake that's like the wrong physical technique. We remember sexual experiences that are passionate, that are emotional, that we have lost ourselves to, that we have just been completely present in the moment. We often don't remember sexual experiences that felt amazing. When we think of something that feels amazing sexually, it's because there was passion or emotion or both. And so if you want good sex, focus more on that psychological side of it, building that trust, building that relationship, strengthening that relationship, and communicating. Never stop communicating about sex and what you want and what you feel, and be expressive. You know, that's how you're going to have great sex. So if you like this video and you don't want to make the awful mistake of not subscribing, then you have another opportunity to do that. Go ahead and subscribe. Like this video if you liked it. Leave me a comment. I will answer as many as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Men don't want to confuse wrestling their buddy with having sex with you.
No,
That's not
nope.